Crypt Custodian is a delightful, top-down Metroidvania that balances cozy charm with engaging gameplay. Developed by Kyle Thompson and published by, this is a mouthful, Kyle Thompson, Top Hat Studios Incorporated, and H2 Interactive Company Limited. The game was released for Windows, PS4 and 5, and Xbox Series XS on August 27, 2024. In this review, you'll find out why this game is such a charmer by exploring its narrative, mechanics, and its unexpectedly emotional punch. You play as Pluto, a cat who once had a wonderful life, adopted by loving humans, but did what cats do all the time. Escaped the house and got hit by a car. In the afterlife, Pluto meets Kendra, a frog who decides who gets to go to the palace, the good place, or outside the palace, the bad place. After unintentionally offending Kendra, Pluto is banished to clean up garbage in areas outside the palace for all eternity. Armed with a broom and a surprising resilience, Pluto sweeps up garbage, the game's currency, befriends other animals, uncovers secrets, and goes on an adventure to figure out the truth of his afterlife. The story is funny, cute, and just the right amount of sad to make it even more lovable. It's especially poignant for anyone who's ever loved a pet, offering comfort in the idea of a joyful afterlife for beloved companions. Collectible photos reveal the life stories of Pluto's new friends, adding emotional depth and a heartwarming sense of connection to his journey. At its core, Crypt Custodian combines simple yet effective hack-and-slash combat. Well, he fights with a broom, but you get what I mean, while encouraging exploration. Pluto battles a variety of enemies and bosses and encounters that can be pretty challenging. You can play at one of 3 difficulty levels, which you can change at any time during your playthrough. Though combat is straightforward, you'll need to rely on timing and positioning, all while dodging projectiles that can sometimes feel like bullet hell. Despite this, enemies clearly telegraph their attacks, giving players a chance to read and respond to patterns. While the mechanics lean towards simplicity, they are intuitive and satisfying. Boss fights are just a lot of fun. They each have unique movesets to learn, and their designs are reflective of the biome you're fighting them in. The endearing thing is that Pluto often feels bad for them, which is very pet-like, I think. What I mean is that pets, in my experience, tend to be forgiving of your faults and shortcomings. In the world we live in now, we could all learn something from our furry companions. The game's top-down perspective isn't unheard of, but it is an unusual choice for a Metroidvania. Here, it works surprisingly well. While platforming is tricky and often unfair in top-down games, here it's aided by a helpful circle you'll see beneath Pluto. This feature helps make Pluto land where he should, so that if you don't make a jump, it's due to your missteps rather than unfair mechanics. Exploration is a highlight, with creative abilities like a spirit clone that lets players access areas that would otherwise be unreachable. It's enhanced even more by an easy-peasy fast travel system, in which you can go to any discovered shrine at any time. The map has 2 layers, one that shows you the rooms and how they're connected, and another more detailed one that's more precise. It's customizable, allowing you to place markers on areas you'd like to revisit later. You can also collect a variety of upgrades that improve Pluto's combat skills and traversal options, and there's a second weapon you get later on that adds variety. These upgrades are simply equipped. You don't have a skill tree or special items to collect to level up. It's a choice that I think was deliberate. This is a game about simple fun, so complicated systems for making your character and weapon stronger just wouldn't mesh with that. Diverse enemy designs along with fun boss fights and creative methods for exploration delivers a gameplay experience that's really compelling. The art direction in Crypt Custodian is serene and visually engaging, featuring a color palette that is as soothing as it is attractive. Each biome is designed to align with its theme, resulting in a cohesive and immersive world that invites exploration. Kyle Thompson is known for his handcrafted and vibey art styles. His previous games, Sheepo and Islets, received acclaim for their hand-painting visuals and Studio Ghibli-like aesthetics. These influences are clearly reflected in Crypt Custodian, where whimsical environments and careful attention to detail create a unique and memorable atmosphere. I'm not sure about Kyle Thompson's formal background in art, as it isn't widely documented. However, his games consistently showcase a strong artistic vision and an innate ability to craft visually compelling settings. In Crypt Custodian, the visuals are clean and thoughtfully executed, with every design element serving to enhance the gameplay and narrative experience. The game's art direction is an integral part of its appeal, giving players an inviting world to get lost in. The soundtrack for Crypt Custodian is composed by Eric Thompson, Kyle's brother, whose talents for crafting whimsical, atmospheric music shines throughout the game. His style, blending classical influences with modern sensibilities, creates melodies that perfectly align with the cozy yet emotionally resonant tone of the story. The music enhances the immersion and mood of each scene, whether it be during combat, exploration, or interactions with NPCs. The sound effects are equally effective, adding tactile depth to the gameplay, like the swish of the broom or the satisfying collection of garbage. Even small audio cues, like the friendly chatter of NPCs or environmental ambiance, contribute to the world's charm. Together, the music and sound design make Crypt Custodian an auditory delight and an important part of its engaging experience. At $20 on Steam, Crypt Custodian delivers exceptional value with its rich content and replayability. The main storyline is engaging and offers a satisfying length for a Metroidvania, but the game doesn't stop there. After completing the main campaign and experiencing its touching ending, new areas unlock, giving players additional opportunities to explore and discover. I also think that the game's value has to do with how much the player is invested in finding every upgrade, completing every challenge, and saving every cat. Yep, you gotta save them cats if you want to be the best Pluto you can possibly be. And I did want to save those cats. It kept me playing longer, and it didn't dilute my enjoyment with the extra time it took. The game also includes a boss rush mode, where players can replay some of their favorite encounters. In order to get Platinum, you'll have to achieve S-Class in all difficulties for each boss. I'm not about to do that, but I know a lot of you will like the challenge of it. What truly sets Crypt Custodian apart is its cozy yet compelling nature, making it a game players will want to revisit, whether for the emotional journey or the sheer joy of sweeping up garbage while uncovering secrets. The combination of post-game content, collectibles, and optional challenges ensures that players will get hours of enjoyment beyond the initial playthrough. For its price, Crypt Custodian is a bargain, offering both depth and heart that make it a standout experience. We all love a scoring system, and here's mine. I score games on 5 categories, each getting a maximum of 2 points. Added together, this gives a score out of 10, which I call the Maestro Mark. Narrative, 2 points. It's a touching story, and unless you're made of stone, it'll hit you in the feels. Gameplay and mechanics, 2 points. Even though I don't usually enjoy games with a top-down perspective, the traversal mechanics, as well as variety in enemies, abilities, and combat, make it unusually effective. Some might miss the skill tree, but I believe that kind of mechanic would have changed the breezy ambiance of the game. Graphics and art direction, 2 points. It's lovely and clear, with a great palette. Kyle Thompson creates unique art in games, and it shows here. I'd love to know more about his background and training in art. Music and sound, 2 points. Kyle's equally talented brother, Eric, knows how to keep the easy vibes going. I can't imagine a better combination with the music and art style. Value and replayability, 2 points. It's priced right, and it has a good amount of content available after finishing the main story. This gives a Maestro Mark of 10, which means I think you'll love it. Crypt Custodian is more than just a vibe-driven game. It made me reflect on pets I've loved and lost, like my cat who passed away last year, and my pug Molly, my favorite pet ever, who lived to be 17 and a half years old. Sometimes I feel like they're still there, sleeping in their usual spots. This game made me think they might be somewhere else in the universe, missing me but not too sad, making new friends and having the time of their afterlives. It's a comfortable and beautiful thought. So, let me know what you think. I'd be happy to hear from you. Take care and hug your pet for me.